Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So the idea here is to explain to you the step-by-step of harmonizing by ear. This situation is really common because sometimes we have people singing a song or you have only the melody and you need to put the chords. But actually there are some basic steps that you can follow to carry out this task in the best way as you can. First of all, it's important that you can listen what the person is playing or singing before to start trying to see how to play. And this is extremely important because sometimes if you want to play at the same time that you are listening the melody or that you are listening the melody of somebody singing or playing, it will be pretty hard because it's really hard to share your attention in these two different things at the same time, and probably we will not capture exactly the essence of what you need to do. So this is the first step. Just listen and try to understand, first of all, is there any circle in the way of singing the melody or playing the melody? Is there any kind of pattern that you can recognize in terms of how you have the sequence? And also, one really important thing is that normally when you finish the melody, or normally at the end of the melody, normally we have a kind of a tendency in many songs or in many pieces, we have this tendency that at the end we know more or less what could be the tonic chord, so what could be the tonic of my key. So this is the idea that is pretty cool to listen this whole idea. Also, when we understand from this first step of just understanding the whole idea, also is interesting that when we are perceiving the melody, the way that the person is singing, connecting the notes or playing the notes, if we are considering one specific instrument, also we can have, not perfect, but we can have an idea about if we are having a major song, a minor song, or any kind of a modal song that could be Mixolydian, Lydian, Phrygian. So it's important to listen the whole structure, or at least to take one part of the song to understand what is happening. For sure, there are songs that they have more than one key or they have more than one mode in the same song, and perhaps we need to be careful about taking our decisions. But this first round of listening, it's so important to understand, okay, yes, so maybe the last note can give me an idea about the key, and also listening the whole idea, or at least one part of the whole song, we can have an idea also if we are having more minor phrases, considering more the intervals or sequences using the minor third, or if you have something major with sequences and tendencies of the major third. Also, something important, even though that you don't need to think about all these things in the same moment, also it's important to think about, let's pay attention in where can I have the tonic chord and the dominant chord. So where I have the tension and where I have the tension and where I have the relief of the tension. So this is also important. So the step number 2, so try to create some bass lines just with a kind of, you will not play chords, so you just try to follow what is happening in the melody, just trying to see what note will be the root of the chord that you are searching for. So for example, if we are in C major, for example, okay, so the root of the chord of C is C. I have here the tonic. So if I'm playing here in F, the root of the chord will be the F. So and if I'm playing the dominant, so the root of the chord will be the G, so I will try to, okay, just searching for the root of these three chords, the chords of the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant. Sometimes it's pretty easy. Okay, here is the tonic, here is the subdominant, and here is the dominant. But in other cases, this will not happen. So it's important that you can try to follow sometimes and even try to play some of the things that the person is singing or playing just to do your search. But again, you need to search using bass lines, just trying to finding out the root of the chord. So what chords? So the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant. Yes? Okay, so this is the second step. Just try to use, in some ways, a bass line to find out the important harmonic functions. So, the third step is try to apply basic chords, so these three basic chords. So, for example, C major as a tonic, F major as the subdominant, and G as my dominant. And try to see where you have the tonic, where you have the dominant, if you have any passage that you can use the subdominant. Yes? And the fourth step is, okay, so you will try to apply the basic chords, but you also try to find out more chords, not only the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant. So maybe you know that perhaps you have more chords. So you can put more chords based on what is happening in the song. Because if you are safe where you have exactly the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant, fine, you can try to put all the chords. And then the fifth and last step, it's about trying to elaborate more what you have. So let's suppose that you have only the tonic and the dominant chord, so in this case C and G in the whole song. Perhaps you can elaborate more, trying to reharmonize this sequence. So maybe you can put more chords in the same sequence. Yes? So let's review our 5 steps. So the first, listen carefully what you need to listen in the melody. Second, try to establish the different bass lines to try to find out the root of the chord, especially tonic, subdominant, and dominant. Yes? So the third step, try to play, especially to find out where you have the tonic, where you have the subdominant, and the dominant. So the fourth step, okay, so as now you know where you have the tonic, subdominant, and dominant, you can include more chords from the song. And the fifth and last step, it's about putting more things. So you can include more chords, you can try to reharmonize, to elaborate more what you have. Well, so this is all. I hope that you can use and try to apply these rules in your instrument. And please watch the next 2 videos, because I recorded 2 videos exemplifying and applying exactly these 5 steps in one example that I invited my dear colleague, the music therapist and singer Salomé Ferreira, who sang 2 songs that had no idea about how to play. And I did one real example of harmonizing by ear with her. So we recorded 2 videos with 2 different songs, and you can use these videos also to see in the real practice how we can apply these different ways of harmonizing by ear. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.